It's all good. It's all
foot
good.
tap.
It's all good. Johnny Mundo from Lucha Underground. We're in the building. We're at the New Movement Theater in Austin, Texas. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
That's that pro handshake.
Got me this water. Got me this seat. I feel right at home. I actually, when I saw New Movement Theater on the schedule, I did think at first that it was some sort of parkour gym.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do a little bit of everything here on True to the Game. We're recording the podcast. We're going on the video. We're going to do some parkour a little bit later. I'm sorry if they didn't tell you that, but I'm going to do some parkour. I'm going to get some tips from the man right here because you're a man who does all kinds of things as well.
Oh, yeah. Flips, tricks, hair whips. Maybe we can do all three.
I can do a beard whip.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I want to save it.
We'll save it.
We'll save it.
So you got to say something for the big finish.
Absolutely.
Learn that from Vince McMahon.
You're in Austin, Texas right now doing a bunch of Lucha Underground promo. How's life going with Lucha Underground?
Amazingly well. Loving Lucha. I feel like really being involved with Lucha Underground has made me feel passionate about wrestling again and excited to be a pro wrestler again. I was a little burnt after my WWE run, and since leaving, I've had the chance to do a bunch of movies, to get back into wrestling, and I really think expand my arsenal, my physical capability, and push everything to the next level.
So you feel like your time off caused you to improve for sure?
Definitely.
What are other, so let's brainstorm real quick, what are other occupations that if you were to take, like, what was it, how many years?
3.5.
3.5? Cool.
4 years, yeah.
So what other occupations, if you were to take 3.5 years off, and would you go back and have the ability to really be, like, 10 times as effective?
Well, it depends on what you do with your time off.
Okay, let's say you're an accountant. You're an accountant. You've been burned out by the Vince McMahon of accountants. You take 3.5 years off.
And you just think about nothing but numbers.
Just numbers. I'm
in your head, like eating numbers.
Chewing numbers.
You don't even eat alphabets because you don't care about letters. You're
shooting numbers.
Numbers all day. I don't know. I don't know if that makes you better or worse at accounting.
Yeah, it's true. It might be
like math is kind of like one of those. It's like a muscle, you know.
Okay.
The more you do, the better you get.
How about if you're a chef?
I like weightlifting metaphors, by the way. If you're a chef, same thing.
Okay.
Like if you don't lift up the knives,
the spoon.
You're not mixing the stuff. Like your timing might be a little off.
Yeah.
Then you apply for that America's Top Chef show, and you burn the souffle, and everyone laughs at you, and your mom doesn't get you anything for Christmas. And
oh no!
Right,
dude.
Can you think of any?
My mom always gets me something for Christmas. My mom has never not gotten me something for Christmas.
Me too. I got a good mom.
Yeah.
The best, I think.
Moms are cool.
Yeah.
Moms are real cool.
Important.
How many moms are in the temple watching Lucha Underground shows? Like, what percentage of people in the temple do you think are moms?
Of the actual luchadors or in general?
No, in general.
Oh, that's an interesting question. It's not insignificant. There are enough moms there to make it. But there's a significant mom factor for sure.
Tell me more about the type of people that are populating the temple, like because it looks like there's all types of people there loving it.
It is really bringing down like the cultural boundaries and barriers. So there's your hardcore wrestling fans. There's locals that live nearby in Boyle Heights. Then I feel like Lucha's started to expand and become such a pop phenomenon. We're covered in the LA Times, LA Weekly, did a commercial for the LA Tourism Bureau, that it's become a thing to do and see in Los Angeles. And tickets for Lucha Underground are very difficult to get now.
I feel like it goes maybe Lakers because of Kobe Bryant's final season. Second, I'm going to say Lucha Underground. Third, Dodgers. I'm talking about as far as the professional sports scene.
Where are you going? What about the Clippers?
You know what? I gotta say Clippers are at the bottom.
Wow.
I'm also a big I'm a big Pelicans guy. I'm a New Orleans guy, and I gotta say, Chris Paul leaving New Orleans and heading to Los Angeles hasn't made me bitter in any way at all. So Clippers at the very bottom.
Not bitter at all.
I'm not bitter at all.
You heard that here first.
I don't even know what that word means. I don't know what that word means.
Eat semi-sweet chocolate because he doesn't care about bitter.
Absolutely. I've never
no comprehension of bitter.
None at all. So we have a mutual friend. We have a
Okay.
mutual friend, Ryan Nemeth.
Yes.
And he kind of is a nice bridge for all of what we do, because I dabble in professional wrestling as a manager at Inspire Pro Wrestling here in
I
Austin,
saw you
Texas.
last night.
Sure did.
And, doing your thing, and the neon sweatsuit and
Yeah.
all the glory.
Focused up, right?
Yeah.
So, but also my main gig is I do comedy, mostly right here in the Austin Comedy Temple, the New Movement. Now you do mainly professional
Awesome
wrestling.
Comedy Temple. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you've also dabbled with some comedy in your own. And Ryan Nemeth I met him doing comedy. You met him doing wrestling.
Right.
So talk to me a little bit about your comedy background.
Well, let's see. So, I guess you could take it all the way back to undergrad at UC Davis. I was a film major, and I made several short movies. I made Kung Fu, about a fast food kung fu restaurant. I made The Foot of Death, about a man with a very dangerous foot. The Journeys of Julie, and then I made a feature called Point and Shoot. I also hosted a live music show on public access TV.
So you got bit by the performance bug early.
This is before any wrestling.
Got you.
Then wrestling started, and on Tough Enough, on my season of Tough Enough 3, one of the things that they had us do was go to Improv Olympic in Hollywood and start doing improv as a way to improve promos. And a lot of the rules from improv are entertainment is entertainment, is the
Right.
bottom line, and a lot of the rules from improv apply to wrestling. I mean, you could say like wrestling is physical improv, but as far as communication and delivering a promo,
Of course.
the stuff that you learn in improv is the same thing. It's communication. It's
You want to make
staying
your partner
in
look
character.
good.
Exactly.
Right. You want to show those emotions. You want to build. You want to heighten.
Have each other's backs.
Totally.
So maybe 2010, 2009, 2010, I was feeling like I wanted to get back in improv, so I started taking classes again on my off day only while I was on the road at Improv Olympic. And
So you would be on the road.
and then come home, and on Wednesday night, I'd do
You had one
like-
day off.
Yeah, I'd
You would
do
go to
like-
improv class.
Yeah, it'd be like 7 to 10:30 at Improv Olympic, and I got through levels 1 through 4 there. Then when I left, I could never do the performance levels of any theater. I did level 1 and 2 at UCB, also in LA, but the performance levels require that you're there on the weekends.
Right.
And I could never make the weekends because I always had bookings. So I just sort of stopped doing classes and started doing shows. And now I do a show at Second City in Hollywood called The Flying Chuck, named after my kick off the second rope.
Awesome.
With Ryan Nemeth.
Yes.
And I do I judge Tournament of Nerds, a show at UCB in Hollywood. I've done the ASCAT there in New York. I've done the Armando and played with a bunch of the teams at Improv Olympic. And every once in a while, I'll do shows at the Complex or smaller theaters around Hollywood.
That's great.
I think it's such an important skill for everything entertainment, for wrestling definitely, for TV acting, for film.
Anyone who collaborates with anyone on anything should probably take an improv class.
Yeah,
If you're an
wanna
officer in
be
New
a
Orleans,
writer-
take it here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I'm
actually,
just saying that. I don't know. I've never seen a show here, but,
well, actually, let's
but
make this.
you seem like you know what's what.
I do, man. Let's make a big announcement right now, because we are actually, I know it's not official yet, but we are trying to figure out a way to get you and me on the same improv stage.
To put some smiles on some faces here on March 13th.
March 13th, 14th, something around South by. We're going to try to make that happen. I
Yeah.
think that's what the people want, John.
I think it would let the people down if we didn't do that.
So our mutual friend, Ryan Nemeth, he told me to ask you to boon me. Now, what does that mean? Is that something that could be said on camera?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
what-
I could boon you into next week.
Oh.
I mean, I could. Yeah. I'd boon you so hard you probably wouldn't be able to walk.
I don't want to be booned.
But we probably should do it outside because I mean, the computer looks expensive and this microphone. There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot
around.
of stuff
There's
here, man.
All kinds of stuff.
There's all kinds of stuff.
So, Boone is referring to a movie that I wrote, produced, and starred in called Boone the Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
And it's about a reality show bounty hunter, Boone, who boons celebrities for stuff like parking tickets, mostly parking tickets.
Cool.
The movie opens with me chasing Kevin Sorbo around Burbank and then hitting a spinning senton off the roof and, in a sense, booning him. So that's what booning is. So when we go outside Maybe I'll give you a surprise booning.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I will do my best to have it not be a surprise. I'll be ready for it at all times.
I don't know if you can be ready for it at all times.
Oh, well, John, you don't
Because it kind of defeats the purpose. You can't really boon someone when they're ready for it or waiting for it. It's
okay.
It's not what it is in its essence.
What if I booned you right now and I didn't care about the expensive computer? I didn't care about the equipment.
I'd be like, dude, you booned me.
Really?
That would have been like a mission accomplished.
It'd be like friends for life type of thing? Or would it be like enemies for life?
Probably enemies for like an hour and then friends for life.
Okay, that's worth it to me, man.
Right, because that's usually how it works with guys. Like, we're pissed for a second, like, dude, I can't believe it, man. Like, you tore my ACL, you booed me, but...
Cut to 1 hour later.
He's good.
Planning cruises and going on vacation.
He got me. My wrestling career's over, together. But he got me.
I love it.
Can't argue with that.
Well, I don't want your wrestling career to be over anytime soon because Lucha Underground is super, super amazing.
It can't be over before March 15th, right?
It can't be.
We got the show here on March 15th.
A very, very big show.
That's going to be me until then, at least.
It's going to be pretty crazy. And it's the first time y'all are doing a show outside of the temple.
I know a lot of people in Austin are saying that they are expecting it to be the best show in the history of Lucha Underground in Austin.
That's heavy.
Yeah, real heavy, right?
But you know what? I don't know you super well yet because we're not best friends yet. But what I do know about you, I don't think you're going to back down from that. I think you're going to rise to the occasion.
Yeah. I like to set the bar and then exceed expectations.
If you had to go one-on-one with any food item that represents Austin, Texas, Johnny Mundo versus what?
Ooh, well, I just love Juice Craze.
Juice Land. So Johnny Mundo versus like a Wonder Chosen, like peanut butter, almond butter, spinach.
That's what I got. I got like the peanut butter. What was it? What was the peanut butter thing called there?
The Wonder Chosen.
Is it the Wonder Chosen?
Yeah, dude.
But there's a different one that I got. It was like the protein smoothie with brown rice protein.
Moon Tower.
Yes.
Triple double.
I got it partly because it had the word moon in it also.
You want to know something? I went to Juiceland this morning. I also got a Moon Tower.
What? Is that because you knew that Johnny Mundo was coming to the theater?
I just woke up and I said, I want to do something. I want to live my life and be an organic, sweet boy individual and do what I would normally do, not knowing that those things would put me directly in contention for being your next best friend. And we got to seal the deal with our show at South by.
All right. Then nothing to start the day off like peanut butter and Johnny.
Yeah.
And you've had both.
PB and J.
Peanut butter and Johnny Mundo.
I love it. It's PB and JM.
Oh,
all
yeah.
Right, we're going to wrap up this podcast right now, and then I'm going to go outside. I'm going to put some shorts on, and I'm going to get some parkour tips from the man because you have a parkour background.
Oh, yeah.
A major one.
I would say there is a chance that within 5 minutes you'll be doing the same kind of moves that David Bell and Jackie Chan and Daniel Ilabaka can do, and it'll just take a few minutes of training, and definitely not 100% guaranteed, but there's a possibility that you could try some of that same stuff.
I believe. Last thing before we go, tell me your favorite sports teams of all time right now, and what's the one thing that you know. If I were to tell you right now, I've got $1 million in this briefcase, and I'm going to give it to you. If you could tell me just one significant thing that's ever happened in New Orleans sports history, what would you tell me?
If I could tell you one thing about the New Orleans sports history, it'd have to be when the Saints won the Super Bowl.
You know when that was?
A few years ago, man. You crazy? Everybody knows that.
Take a guess.
My favorite sports teams. I have no idea.
It's okay. Well, the briefcase is mine. Staying with me.
It's a metaphorical briefcase.
That's true.
I checked the back and I didn't see.
That's true.
I would have.
Who let you in the back?
Huh?
Who let you in the back?
I let myself in the back. I'm Johnny Mundo.
I'm sorry, man.
You said make yourself at home.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right.
I mean, the back was where the bathrooms were. That's
where I keep the money.
You said you can go back there.
You're right.
And it's usually reserved for customers only. Even though I didn't buy anything, he still let me use the bathroom.
Hey, you didn't buy anything, but you took a lot, you know.
And I left something.
And you left something. Did you flush?
Of course.
Okay.
God, Johnny Mundo, I wasn't raised in a barn. I was from Los Angeles. We flushed there.
Favorite sports teams of all time?
LA Kings, I think, is my favorite sports team.
It's a fun franchise. You follow them on Twitter?
Somewhat, but I was really more of a hockey fan when I was younger. And really, when it comes down to sports and entertainment, I'm a wrestling guy.
Of course.
I grew up on wrestling, and it's what I prefer to watch over anything to this day.
Hey, I'm not mad at that at all. Let's go outside.
Okay, let's do it.
Johnny Mundo, Lucha Underground. Thank you.
Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. LRA Network. Watch it or you suck.